The NBA offseason is close to ending, so I'm joined at the desk by Ennis, Warlick, and Abenstein to discuss the biggest stories going into the upcoming season. It's been reported by many that Jimmy Butler is at odds with Timberwolves management and is meeting with them to discuss his future this week. Ennis, what is the reason for this rift, and what can the Wolves do to fix this?
Well, first of all, I want to say that the Wolves gave a valiant effort in trying to put a competitive team on the floor. I think the Wolves obviously had a successful season for the Wolves. Now, obviously, didn't really come to what they wanted it to. Still lost to Houston 4-1. I think this just comes down to just not really building a really strong contending team.
If you would ask, I don't know about that. They have some talent there. I'm not a big Wiggins fan, but Jimmy Butler is a two-way star in this league, and then Karl-Anthony Towns is, yes, he's young still. He's not really great on the defensive end, but they have a very good competitive team out there.
Very good. I mean, in the West. Very good for the NBA, yes. For the West, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I mean, they wouldn't have made the playoffs if they weren't good enough. It was them versus Nuggets in the last game of the season.
Well, do you guys think Minnesota would ever have to choose between Jimmy Butler or Kat?
I think that's what it comes down to.
I think it
to
is.
Be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right now, it sounds like there's a big rift there. Jimmy Butler is really in a win now mentality. Karl-Anthony Towns is a kitten still. Kat is a kitten. So until he grows up, he and Jimmy Butler won't get along. Jimmy Butler is an unrestricted free agent this upcoming season, and Kat is a restricted free agent.
And going off of that, if it comes down to them, you have to choose Kat. I mean, Kat is he's the younger player. Sure, he has some problems on the defensive end, but
Jimmy
at the end of the day,
you can't. He's been worn down too much. He was in Chicago. He plays 38 to 40 minutes a game. Even now with the Timberwolves, it's just there's no. Jimmy Butler is not the option. I'm worried about him going to the Knicks.
Some have called this a last-ditch effort. A last-ditch effort. Would you call that?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Jimmy Butler hasn't been back in Minnesota all summer. He clearly is talking to other players about joining forces the next season. Now, I don't think it's like the end of the world. I think they can still repair the relationship, but it really just depends on Karl-Anthony Towns and Jimmy Butler. Kat said that he's not willing to resign as long as Butler's still in a little mood there in Minnesota.
Dirk Nowitzki said he's willing to come off the bench this season. Should Rick Carlisle bring the cornerstone off the bench or start him in what may be his last season?
You're going to bench Dirk Nowitzki, the greatest European player in NBA history and the greatest Maverick in history.
Why are we even discussing this? Why does it even matter? Okay, I think Dallas is a better team than people think they'll be next year.
I agree.
I think it's safe to say that. But I don't even know why this is a question. It's Dirk Nowitzki versus Dwight Powell at the fourth position.
Well, that's not the thing. They're saying, should we bench Dirk because they have other options? They want to start Dennis Smith and Doncic. Yeah.
Right.
And then they want to start Harrison Barnes at the 4, and then they just sign, what's his name, DeAndre Jordan at the 5.
So I think we are all in agreement that Dirk Nowitzki is too valuable to this team to bench.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
If they're being a smart basketball team, they bench him. He is not a starter in this league anymore.
Well, that's all the time we have for this NBA block, thrilling NBA block. When we come back, Matt will be joining me at the desk to discuss the best sports trash talkers.